Hi everyone, welcome to the live stream on a Sunday here from wet Wales. I am joined with just three of us this evening. We've got Daryl, the Northern Vinyl guy, on with us this evening. We've got Racer Joe also. So thanks guys for joining me this evening or this afternoon in Canada. We'll just go through the panel real quick. Just bear in mind, Daryl's not feeling very well this evening, so in the comments, be very nice to him, okay? He's not wearing his Nickelback t-shirt this evening, so just go nice, okay? Now,
be mean. Be really mean.
Massive news in the VC this week. Have you seen it? It's like breaking news. I'm surprised CNN didn't pick this up.
No,
Daryl ordered a new record. What is it, Daryl?
Oh.
What's that? Yeah. Well, it's coming in the mail, and I'm not wearing the T-shirt today.
Oh, nice.
I ordered the Nickelback Greatest Hits Volume 1.
Yes. It had to be done, didn't it? It had to be done.
Yeah, it had to.
So I've literally just watched your thread you've just done. Spirit of Vinyl.
Yeah, I did I did it last night. I did his contest. So if you're not familiar with Spirit of Vinyl, he's pushing for 300 subscribers. So I did his contest video. His birthday's on January the 6th. So you just spell out January with your records and one with the number 6 in it. So
he reminds me a lot of the lead singer from the System of a Down with the grayer beard.
The grayer surge.
He's got that look going on, you know. Joe, open the shop this weekend. How did it go, mate?
It was good. It was steady. Giving stuff away, not giving stuff away, but buy one, get one half off always helps a little bit. But, we're spreading the Christmas cheer and we're still fine if we're selling them at half off of that. We always have very good pricing. I really do feel that. But then, you take off half of the already good pricing. So it was pretty steady and sold a little bit of new stuff as well. We sold a few Christmas albums. A couple people were in for some Christmas stuff. So it should be steady probably up until Christmas, I would imagine. So, yeah.
Are you gonna take much time off over Christmas? Are you gonna have a little break?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. My birthday is Christmas Eve. So I might work the day before and then take the rest of the week off. Joanne's got the week off as well. We're not going anywhere or doing anything specific, but hang out and annoy each other. Well, me annoy her. She doesn't annoy me so much. So, but have a little bit of fun. You know what, though? Big day in the Hattiespeck house, Big day in the Hattiespeck house because there is a new F1 world champion, and he happens to be my guy as well. So at the beginning of November, I had a shot at 5 championships that I was paying attention to. 2 of my football teams fell a little short. They did pretty good. They fell a little short. One won theirs, so that was good. And then, of course, our beloved Blue Jays. I love that series. Regardless of the loss at the end, I thought everything was fantastic. It was super fun to watch, but, of course, came up a little short. But then, Lando Norris fan for a long time now, so it was kind of nice, and it was good that it went down to the end, and it was interesting, and a little bit more respect for Max today. I'm not sure. He just took it all in really, really good stride. And he made an interesting race out of this race as well as leading up to it. So never been a big Max fan, but a little more respect for him today. And then Oscar's going to win multiple championships down the line. I think Lando will probably win a few more as well. McLaren is just such a solid team right now, but I guess that's not why we're here, but I'm pretty happy because that was kind of cool. That was the last of the championship stuff for sports for me that I was watching. So
I sent a message to Joe, and he was like, "Oh, nice tree." I'm like, "No, I'm watching the qualifier."
Yeah, I'm not talking about the tree because I sent him a picture of my fancy, stupid light up tree, and I thought that's what we were talking about. He goes, "No, I'm talking about the race, you dumbass." So it was good and it was clean. It was pretty good. Yuki was a bit of an asshole, but what are you going to do? And then, but anyway, it was good. So it was fun.
Every time you watch the Netflix special, he's always a dick. Something always happens.
He's something. I'm not exactly sure what. Like, I don't dislike the guy, but today was bullshit. And whether that was a team order or that was just him, and then not to take any responsibility, he gets a penalty and goes, "What am I getting a penalty for?" Well, you moved 3 times. You're supposed to move once. Twice you get a penalty. The 3rd time, but anyway, didn't matter. All worked out. So Anyway,
Okay.
and also not why we're here, but I'm a happy guy. I mean, I'm a happy guy most of the time anyway, but today a little bit more so.
I'm in a good mood this weekend, all
Good.
down to Formula One. So everything is cool. We've had today off, so me and Liz have done stuff. We've done bit of Christmas shopping. We went out for a Sunday roast, so I had beef. She tried a bit of turkey. And what tends to happen is she prefers my meal, so I've got to hand over the beef. So it's cool. Anyway, welcome to the live stream. Tonight is going to be random shit. So whatever you pulled, if your family members pulled it, we're just going to pull random stuff from your collection. Kind of easy this evening. Try to make it easy as possible. So let's get on with it. Let's have a look at the chat first. We get started. Boz, first one you. I'm number one. Yes, you are, sir. Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Pause.
Hey, dudes. Good to see you all. You too, mate. And then we've got Trevor. Evening, afternoon, fellas. Trevor, I've literally just watched your video you did with Rust TV, where you met up with him. That was kind of cool. Really, really good.
I didn't watch the video yet, but I saw the still anyway. So it looks like a couple of good-looking dudes out record shopping. I'll be right back. Keep talking.
Steve, welcome, mate. How's it going? Really enjoyed having you on last week. That was amazing. Absolutely fantastic. Spencer, how's it going, mate? Good evening, gentlemen from Vibes. Good channel he's got on YouTube. Go and check him out. I'll if anyone wants to know, there he is. Good guy from Britain. So and here's Rob. Hey, loser, get your own panel. Stop stealing mine. Any comments from the panel on that one?
No. You know we still love you.
Yeah. Just in case anybody isn't aware who's not subscribed to Rob for any reason, I don't know why you're not, but on a Wednesday, 1 p.m. UK time, as I call it, stupid o'clock. They do a live stream. So you got Rob, Daryl, and Joe, and sometimes they'll have a special guest on there. So it's always cool to watch Rob. He's the king of the live streams to me. So right, okay. Spencer saying, I'm good, thank you. Hope all is well. All good, mate. We're having a good day. It's good to have some Canadians on here and just shooting the shit. All in good. Thanks, mate. All in good, fun fellas. Yeah. So, like I said, this evening we're just gonna show some random stuff. So, shall I kick things off this evening then and go from there?
Have at her.
Sure.
Right. Okay. It's quite nice compared to last week where we had 6 people on. I could chuck myself off. Then Rob had to leave. So, Rob, I can't emphasize enough. I'm sorry. Okay, forgive me. First one, randomly picked, was this one, and this will surprise. There's a lot of greatest hits in here, so comments take the piss. I don't
really. Come on, no way.
You ready for this? I saw them live in 2003. One of the best live acts I've ever seen, in front of nearly 80,000 people in Cardiff in the Principality Stadium, and it is REM.
Mm-hmm.
Really cool.
Fantastic live, absolutely fantastic. I got to show the inside because it's low. So
nice.
There you go.
That's a band that eluded me. They just were never close enough-ish, and I wasn't doing as much traveling to go see stuff as I am now, where now it's like, screwed. If I want to go see someone, I'm going to find a place to go see them other than in the States. But anyway, that's great because, yeah, I would imagine. Were they... Like, I'm not sure what kind of, I mean, I can picture what Michael Stipe was like as a front man, but what was he like as a front man live?
He was very sarcastic, very dry, quite fun. He came on with the Welsh rugby shirt, which helped.
Yeah.
being in Cardiff.
Yeah.
I think if he'd come on with something else, maybe there would have been a total riot. But this is the best of REM in time, 1988 to 2003. So around that time is 2003 is when I saw them live, and they've had so many good hits. Like, so this is a double LP. This is just on black vinyl. This is still available, by the way. So you got Man on the Moon, The Great Beyond, Bad Day, What's Your Frequency, Kenneth, all the way to Reno, Losing My Religion, Orange Crush, Imitation for Life, The Sidewinder Sleeps Tonight, All the Right Friends, Everybody Hurts, Night Swimming, and so many other good tracks on here.
Yeah, that's good.
So
now I'm jealous of you for that and Trevor for the Ramones. So, and Daryl, I can't remember, right? I'll come up with something. You haven't seen that many, so right?
No, I have seen the Watchmen live. Have you seen the Watchmen live?
No, there you go. No, I have not. I should have at some point, but I've never seen the Watchmen live. So there.
Not only have I seen the Watchmen live, me and my friends got kicked out of the concert.
Oh, well, that's even a bonus.
We got kicked out for something one of them did. Not anything I did.
Someone else. Yeah.
Guilty by association. But they were amazing. The Watchmen, really good.
I think REM.
And I've also seen. I don't know if you see. Did you get to see Spirit of the West?
Yes, I did see Spirit of the West. Yeah, we talked about that. They came up
to my hometown when I was in high school. Yeah.
Yeah. No, they were awesome. Just back to REM for a second. I think that's a band I don't think we're ever going to get a reunion out of. I think the closest we got was there was some cover band out there and they joined them, or 2 or 3 of them joined them for some reason in Atlanta 3 or 4 months ago, something along the lines of that. But yeah, I think
it's kind of sounding like Michael Stipe doesn't really want to do a reunion. I think he's just saying it's his health all the time, but I'm wondering if it's more than that.
He gave an interview with NME or something, or one of the magazines in Britain, and he was like, I'm quite happy with our legacy and we're going to leave it at that.
And that's fair. Yeah, because why go back out and then maybe he doesn't sound good or something, and then you tarnish that a little bit. So kind of like
And I will say Imitation for Life is
an
amazing song. I think that the greatest hits would probably be the way that I would go with REM. I can't see myself ever collecting all their stuff, but that's a really good greatest hits.
Yeah.
I did a price check on this before we came live, and I was picking them, and I was looking at it because I think, was it last week, Joe, we were talking about, was it Guns N' Roses, the limited edition one I had, and there was an AC/DC one as well, how much it's gone up in price compared to, I think I paid.
Yeah.
So I think I bought that back in 2021. I don't believe that ever got released on vinyl, because obviously that was 2003, 2004 that came out. And it got released, I think, about 2021, I want to say, and I bought it for like £20.
Yeah.
And I think at the present moment in time in the UK, it's up to nearly £40 odd. So the prices are going up and up. So yeah.
It's getting ridiculous. It is, but what are you going to? There's nothing we can do. And again, and I've said this numerous times before, from a guy that can buy wholesale, there is not a lot of markup on these albums. There is some, for sure. Yeah. But if you're paying, well, we'll call it pounds. No, we'll just do it in dollars. We'll do it in Canadian dollars, and you can do the math. But let's say if you're paying $50, if you're paying $50 Canadian, so 25, 30 pounds, right? Ish, maybe something like that. It's still at least a $30 to $35 wholesale record. Like there is about, if you make $10 to $15 on a vinyl record as a reseller, you're doing okay.
So it works out about £27, so just half it.
Okay, yeah, half-ish, right? Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate. It's not like us that are selling these things are paying $10 a piece and charging everybody $50 a piece. We're paying 30 to 35 and charging $50 a piece. So there's not a lot to be made unless you really do put a big price on it. But then that's not fair either, because who's going to pay? I mean, there's some albums that we pay $70, $75, 30, 40 pounds for, but it's just few and far between. I think that people are going to want to spend that much. But I mean, I don't know, Daryl, you got a couple new ones in the last little while, and you kind of got them at cost-ish or whatever, but still, even that, right?
Yeah, for sure. Most of like the Nickelback one that I just bought,
that's fantastic.
$49.99.
I love this.
It was $49.99, and I mean, for me, like if I was anywhere else, I wouldn't be paying for shipping on it, right? But it's $49.99 plus the shipping. Now, normally I would try my best to get it at a mom and pop shop, but that one was only able to get it like Indigo, Kohl's Indigo online.
Yeah.
So where did that ship from then, Daryl? Is Canadian pressing, or are we talking like Poland area? Because usually
Yeah,
they're from
no, I
Poland.
believe it's a Canadian press. I got it from Indigo,
Okay,
basically online. So,
cool.
and
Okay.
Indigo has been really, really flipping weird these days too in Canada. They'll like there's certain books that they'll ship online, but then they're saying that they don't ship other things, and then there's certain records they'll ship online, but they won't ship others. They're really being picky as to what they're shipping online, and that doesn't matter if it's where I live or anywhere else in Canada. I've heard this that Indigo is only like shipping half their stuff, and I'm wondering if it's they just don't want to get bogged down in the Christmas stuff. I don't know.
Who
Well,
knows?
yeah, they did say I've just sent Joe something that he's going to enjoy, and I'm going to send Daryl something he's going to enjoy next week.
Yeah.
He's going to guess what's coming here. But the woman in the post office, she was like, "Are you sure you want to send this? I can't guarantee it's for Christmas." I'm like, "Look, I've sent it. It's
It
up to
doesn't
you
matter.
now
That's
to
right.
do the work."
Yeah, exactly. Just have at her. So I looked up that REM. That REM, as an example, my cost on that right now is 29 Canadian. So, you know, again, we put our markup on it. It would probably be 39.99, maybe 45-ish or whatever. So, and again, that's trying to keep our prices because I'm a businessman as well as a guy that buys records. So I know that I want people to have that record. So I don't want to put a big markup on it. We're lucky we have the luxury of really being the doors are open and the lights are on and the heat is working for all of the other aspects of the store. So that helps a lot. So we're able to keep our prices down. But you know, it's tough. It's tough as a independent record store, again, because you're making maybe $10, $15 a piece on these things. You got to sell a lot of records in a month.
Yeah.
$10 to $15 profit to turn your lights on and pay your staff. If you're even paying anybody, you're probably not. And, you know, turn the heat on, all those types of things. So, but anyway, yeah, it sucks, but it is what it is until they start pressing millions and millions again. But even then, when they do press them, Taylor Swift, as an example, are some of the ones that are pressed the most. She's a $60, $70 album sometime because so
That's a lot of money for toilet roll. So
wow.
Wait. No, wait.
We'll see if Rob's still here or not. Yeah.
Anyway, we will move swiftly on. Right. Okay, Daryl, what you got?
Okay, so I'm going to be honest with you. I have no idea what's in the stack of records that I got. So my wife is out of town with my second youngest, but my youngest, Emmett, that you guys have all seen in some of my videos, he wanted to be a part of this, so he picked 12 records. He knows how to handle them, so I wasn't concerned that he was going to take them and throw them across the room or anything like that. So he just put them backwards against the chair that's beside me. So I'm literally looking at these for the first time. I got no idea what he picked. So it could be anything from Willie Nelson to, I don't know, Tool.
Perfect.
Oh, there you go. First
Yes!
record. Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah, good
Born
choice.
to Run. No, this is a really good album. I know this one here is almost like a divisive album for Bruce. Some people like it a lot, and some people aren't the biggest fans of it. Born to Run, obviously the title track, the big one on here, but you know, 10th Avenue Freeze Out's pretty good. Jungle Land is pretty good. I don't mind Thunder Road, but I know some people don't like the opening track on that. But it's just, you know, we've been talking about Bruce a lot lately. If my son had picked Tunnel of Love, that's actually my favorite Bruce one right now. But yeah, you can't go wrong with Born to Run. I mean, that's pure in my mind, arena rock, stage rock kind of music. And I'd love to have seen him in concert. It's just I'm sure he's not going to come up to the north to perform up here, but I'd love to see him someday.
Have you ever listened to Nebraska yet? Have you listened to it?
Have I listened to it?
Yeah.
No, I haven't yet.
Oh, mate, game changer. Oh, what an album. But that is brilliant. That album's brilliant. But
yeah,
if you have the chance, Oh, fuck it. I might send you a copy.
There you go. Yeah. I thought maybe, oh, I can't remember. I thought I sent you one actually, but I guess I didn't. So maybe I didn't have one.
No, I actually got the Asbury Park one, and what was the other one? I can't remember the other one.
Oh,
Off
the
top of
Wild
my head.
Free and the E Street Shuffle, maybe. I can't remember.
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
think it's that one. It's the two earlier ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Born to Run, and yeah, it's been played at nauseum, but I don't have a problem with that. I think Thunder Road is a fantastic song, kind of a quintessential Bruce Springsteen type of a writing song. 10th Avenue Freeze Out. If you see it live, you will love that song even more because it's kind of it's not necessarily the encore, but it was a couple of times. Well, the 2 times that I saw him, and Jungle Land. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah. And I just wanted to be known that we showed a Bruce Springsteen album and it wasn't me this time. So it was someone else. Because
I am going to just to emphasize there's no Bruce in my collection this evening. So
no, I don't have anything. I don't have anything tonight either. Doesn't mean it's not going to come up Wednesday, or I don't have a problem with showing it all the time. But yeah, but it wasn't me this time. So
yeah.
Cool.
Actually, it wasn't any of us this time.
That's
this
true.
is
Yeah.
This was
Yeah.
Emmett's pick.
Yes.
So you have to ask him, is he still around? Like, can he hear you?
No, he's down in his room somewhere.
Okay. I wonder if it was a conscious pick or if it was just he just went and picked 12 things.
No, that's actually what it was. I saw him picking. What he was doing was he put his hand on them and he would just put his fingers between them and push them, and then he would look away at the wall and he would just slide one out.
Oh, was it random? Oh, cool. Well,
Yeah,
that's
it's as random as you'll get. These ones.
Nothing wrong with that. Awesome. Cool.
All right, Joe, over to you, mate.
Okay, mine are going to be all new stuff to me anyway. Not necessarily new stuff, but new stuff to me that I've picked up either new or used in the last little while. This one I'm going to start with. It's a band that probably nobody is going to be familiar with, but it is a band called Golden Avatar, and the album is called A Change of Heart. And the quick version of the story, it's not like we don't have time, but the quick version of the story is I was watching the Remembrance Day celebration. Joanne and I were watching, as we always do every year, and the Regina Pipe and Drum Band came on. And in my old mind, it reminded me of my cousin Drew, who was always in the Regina Pipe and Drum Band. So from there, I remembered he was in a band. So I went to Discogs, looked him up, and sure enough, there he was, the band that I kind of remembered, but not 100%, which was Wascana, was the name of the band. Wascana is a name from Regina. It's a big part of Regina. And the quick version of that is Wascana got new members, continued to change and evolve. Eventually, 2 of the guys from Streetheart were in Wascana. Drew was already gone at that point, but so Wascana kind of turned into Streetheart. They found Kenny Shields. They changed their name from Wascana to Streetheart, and the rest of that is history. So he was part of that, and he was also on a jazz quartet album of people in town. This is actually a band out of Los Angeles. He found Krishna. He became a Krishna follower and Buddhism and all that goes along with that. Moved down to Los Angeles, but again, was always a bit of a multi-instrumentalist, but played the drums. And he is the drummer of note on this, and it's good. It definitely, again, well, I guess I never said it the first time. I don't know why the hell I say again all the time when I'm saying things for the first time, but it is a little bit of the Hindu culture and things like that, but it's pretty good. Someone reviewed it and compared it to America music a little bit, and I would agree with that, with a bit of Buddhism tones to it and stuff. So good stuff. Drew Lawrence is his name. But then, as I was also on, and I'm wrapping up, honest, as I was on Discogs, another one came up. He also played a little bit, not the whole album, but he was a studio guy, and part of it got used for Stevie Wonder, Songs in the Key of Life. So he's on that album. And then along with traditional drums, he also took up Indian drumming as well. And so that's some different instruments. And he, again, in the studio, is on a Beastie Boys album as well. So my cousin was, I can say my cousin, who I have no, I did nothing other than he was my cousin. But it was kind of a little bit of a cool rabbit hole to go down and see, okay, it's this band. And then, hey, I know that album. And hey, I know that album. So, and then through all of that, I contacted him on Facebook. We hadn't talked in 25 years. And he lives over in Ireland, and we're going to go visit him. So we have a friend in Wales that we're going to go see now, and we have a friend in Ireland that we're going to go visit. But yeah, so a little bit of a rabbit hole in the last little while. And I looked it up and had this, and then we happened to have it at the store. So now it's at home. Golden Avatar.
Here's one for you, Joe. I own that record.
Do you? Yeah. Well, there you go.
I actually own that, and I would compare it not only to America, but Seals and Crofts, if you're familiar with them too, with a little bit of Krishna music.
Sure. That's the thing.
I got it randomly. I was at an antique store, and the guy sells records for 50 cents to $1. So I paid like $1 for that thing, and it's in mint condition, the one I have.
Yeah. And the cover's cool. And yeah, so you'll have to give it a listen now, and you can go, I know that. Well, I know a guy that knows the guy that's playing the drums. So yeah, there you go.
Well done, Joe. I will check that out later when I rewatch this. And that sounds so bad, me doing that. It's not me being big-headed at all. It's just because we discussed so much music.
Yeah.
I go and then I go back. So the stream takes me about 4 hours to watch. Because, you pause it, you stream it, you listen to it, you're like, oh, yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. So,
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Right. Just on a side note, because I love that Joe every Wednesday does recommends a documentary for just so you guys be part of the Northern Revolution's live stream every Wednesday.
Yeah.
Netflix has just brought out Warner Brothers.
Yeah, I saw that, which also includes HBO and HBO Max as well, right? So, yeah.
Because what came to mind was the Billy Joel documentary. And I was like, oh, wow. There's going to be more documentaries then, surely.
Yeah, there should. And there's a new one. I haven't watched it yet, but there's a new one on Jeff Buckley as well that I'm going to watch. So I think it just came out this last week. So, and I can't remember which streaming service it's on, whether it's Netflix or I have all of them except for Paramount. And everybody keeps telling me I have to start watching Landman, which is on Paramount. So I might just break down and get yet another streaming service. You know what happens if they all got together and had all of it going on? They'd be cable. It's fucking cable. It's the same things. So just get your act together, people. But anyway, sorry.
Just because it's my live stream, I don't give a shit. So me and Liz were talking about this the other day, how many subscriptions we've got going. Like, I've got an Apple one, so I got Apple TV Plus because of my contract in the UK. So I got Apple Music, storage, arcade that we never used. Alid uses it to play on whatever he's playing on his iPad. But we were going through like Netflix, Paramount Plus, Now TV and other stuff. And I was like, do you realize how much this is costing me a month? This is insane.
Yeah.
So
it's
I think
ridiculous.
we're going to cancel some. I've cancelled YouTube Premium. I just, I can watch my subscriptions and stuff for free. So I'm just whatever. Anyway, the next selection is going to please Joe so much that I picked this. And I've actually been streaming this band on albums this week. And I always said, this band, all I need is the best of greatest hits, but I have been streaming them. And I am digging them. So wait for Joe's reaction. I wish I could get him up just on that screen going.
Here, I'll come closer. No, nobody needs that. Hey, very nice. I just sold that to someone yesterday. They even picked it up. Yeah, exactly.
Just to emphasize, I wasn't in Canada in Regina yesterday, right? He didn't sell it to me. Right?
No, it wasn't you. No, that's good. Yeah.
But, to start off, pretty good album, would you say?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, it's got the whole career, right? It's kind of career spanning. There's if you got double platinum, that'll get you all that early stuff, but this gets you the non-makeup stuff and a bunch of the others. So that's good. And that's a great picture of the boys right there. Way back in the day.
So this came on black vinyl. Bought this back in 2020 in lockdown. £20 again. I think it's up to £40 now.
Yeah.
So you've got double LP. So you've got Crazy Crazy Nights, Rock and Roll All Night, I Was Made for Loving You, God Gave Me Rock and Roll to You, Detroit City, Beth, Lick It Up, Heaven's on Fire, Tears Are Falling, Hard Luck Woman. You've got Shout It Out Loud, Calling Dr. Love. You've got Love Gun. You've got I'm a Legend Tonight, Hell or Hallelujah. You know, this.
Yeah, it's a good comp, right? Like I said, it incorporates all the generations, and then it's got the two replacement guys, we'll call them Tommy and good Lord, what's his name? Anyway, and then it's got the original guys on the inside. So yeah, that's good. That's good.
Mm-hmm. So this came out in locked. I'm not even funny. Look at the writing. How the hell are you supposed to read that?
Yeah. Eric Singer. Eric Singer. That's who I meant. Paul Stanley's son, I can't remember his name, and Gene Simmons' son, Nick, have a band going. Nothing Like Dad. They've got a new song out called Body Down. It's interesting. There's another one for you to look up and listen to. I think it's just a single for now. But yeah, they got together a little while ago. They've been doing some stuff. Nick's a bass player, and Paul's son sings and plays guitar, and it's not a bad song. It's not a Kiss song by any means, and it was by them. It's no Dad influenced, other than maybe a little money thrown behind buying the instruments and stuff like that. But beyond that, yeah. So for those that are interested, check it out. I think they're just calling themselves Stanley and Simmons or something along the lines of that. But yeah, so yeah.
Cool. I will check them out when I see them in the bins. I will try and pick some used ones up and then go from there, Joe.
Yeah.
Speaking of new singles, I haven't listened to them, but has anybody listened to the two Guns N' Roses singles that just came out?
I listened to 10 seconds of one and went, "What the hell is this?" and stopped. So I should have given it a little more than that, but honestly, it was about 10 seconds, and it was. I think it started off with just a bunch of piano, which is a little bit of Guns N' Roses. But if it's a new Guns N' Roses song, why is it not Slash instantly with some wailing guitar getting us going and then see what happens from there? But that was only one. Never, I think it's called Never. But yeah, I should have given it a more chance. And I know there's a couple out there, but so that's the long answer of yes, I've kind of listened to a little bit of one.
I haven't checked it out, and I haven't checked out stuff for years of them. Chinese Democracy was just an absolute cluster for me. I was just like, what is this? I think it's one of them.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. And a lot, I mean, we've done on Northern Revolutions, we've talked about, douchebags in the music industry. And I think Axl Rose is, as a whole, I mean, he's turned a lot of people off just based on his own persona.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm wondering if this is going to go. I mean, if you're a true GNR fan, I suppose, but I wonder if it's going to revive the band or not. I doubt it.
Well, but if you look at the people that actually go into these concerts, mate, they're younger generations that have listened to Welcome to the Jungle and Sweet Child of Mine and November Rain, so they're expecting that kind of music. And when they're releasing that kind of shit, they're going to go, what the hell is this? Give us old Guns N' Roses. Give us a good guitar intro. Give us something we can grab onto.
And again, I did not give it much of a chance, and I will listen to them a little bit more. Well, I'll actually listen to the whole thing. And the weird thing, too, is that Slash, if they are as shitty as many are saying, and as I heard, I'm not sure why Slash wants to be part of that, because Slash... with Miles Kennedy and like the blues album that he did, Orgy of the Damned, is really, really good stuff. Now the blues one was covers and things like that, but all the Miles Kennedy stuff is good. And he's, maybe that's Miles writing. I don't know. Like, I'm not sure if Slash, because I don't think he's in it for the money. Why would he be at this point? I'm fairly certain he doesn't.
I was going to say it can't be a contractual thing at this time. It's just got to be.
Well, yeah, because he told Axl to piss off before, so why wouldn't he again if he wasn't comfortable with it? But so maybe there's going to be something that we're just not hearing yet. I don't know. Who knows?
I'll give it a stream. I'll listen to it. Maybe it's one of them singles you're going to need to listen to a few times, but maybe they've just released the first track off the first album, and it's one of them,
Could be. We'll see.
Right, let's go to the chat real quick. Adrian, hey Chris, hey mate, how's it going? And then Adrian saying, hey Daryl and Joe.
Hello.
Boz is saying Kiss World, yes. So I know Boz is a fan, and he really enjoys them. So he'll be glad to know that I'm going through the discography. Kind of glad that Rob isn't here to me to listen to that, because he'd be like, "What's wrong with you, man?"
Yeah.
But it's all through the vinyl community and discovering stuff and people recommending stuff, and so there you go. Cracking. Right. Okay. It was still on me after all that. Right. Okay.
You got to get it right, man. There you go.
Daryl.
All right. So record number 2, Blind. Oh, here's a one-hit wonder from the 70s, Apollo 100 and their album Joy. Instrumental music, I think, if I remember right. And it's on a label that I'm not overly familiar with, Mega. It's the Mega label.
Yeah,
I remember hearing this when I was a kid. It's almost like, kind of reminds me of almost like circus music in a way. Joy's Apollo, but it's music that if you want to just be happy, that would be how I would approach these guys. But I think most of it is, there's songs on here called Jazz Pizzicato and stuff like that. I don't think this is jazzy. I think it's more instrumental kind of organ music, maybe. I don't know how to explain it. I've only listened to it like once or twice. What are your thoughts, Joe? Do you know these guys?
Well, only to the extent of we have that album at the shop. It came in a collection, and I mean the cover stands out, that grabs your attention. But I don't think that I'd ever listen to it. But I think it's still there, so I will go on Tuesday when I'm in next, and I will give it a listen, because again, we've got it and I've seen it, but I am not that familiar with it. So.
I definitely remember just growing up as a kid. My dad used to listen to Joy, the song Joy. He had this collection of like one-hit wonders from the 70s on CD. It was called Have a Nice Day. It was like a 10 CD set. Yeah, I think that was on it. That's how I remember it. I remember it's like I said, it's more like organ instrumental music, and it just seems to be happy music. I think
that's good.
Joy is the only song that I think anybody would know off of that.
I haven't got a Scooby-Doo.
Chris looks like not a friggin' clue. No, and again, all I know is I've seen the cover, and maybe you've shown it before, but I'll go and listen. I will. I'm
gonna have to have a chat with Emmett. How do we go from Bruce Springsteen to that?
Yeah, exactly. He just really was. Yeah, he wasn't looking. He was doing one of these. So
maybe he just went, I'm going to throw my dad on this.
Yeah, I'm going to throw him under the bus.
Yeah.
Cool, mate. Very cool. Right. Okay. Let's go to Recent Joe next. What you got, mate?
You mentioned the Billy Joel and that you want to watch it. So I've got something. It's not necessarily a spoiler, but it might be a spoiler alert. Maybe I'll save it. Yeah, I'll save it for those that haven't seen it. It's not that big of a surprise, but it is a little bit of a surprise, or at least it was to me. So I'll save it. Maybe I'll get to it later.
I have seen the Billy Joel documentary.
You have seen it?
I thought it was amazing, especially the kind of prog stuff at the beginning and how he went from there to kind of where he is now.
Okay.
But I would like to see more HBO Max kind of documentaries coming through with music, especially if Netflix have taken over, that everybody can watch, not just in certain parts of the world, if that makes sense.
Okay. Good. Well, then spoiler alert, turn away, come back, and I won't talk for long. We'll say 2 minutes if you don't want to know something that I didn't know going into watching the Billy Joel. Okay? Here we go. So you had your opportunity. And the fact is that he has got a classical album that he was a big part of. I did not know that. John, obviously, who I miss, by the way. John, if you're out there and you're watching, we miss you, buddy. Hopefully you come back. Music Talk with John. He was well aware of it, but as not a casual Billy Joel fan, I would call myself a pretty good Billy Joel fan, as is Joanne. Neither of us knew that he did this classical album called Fantasies and Delusions, music for solo piano. The music is performed by the gentleman whose name I will not attempt, so I will not screw it up, but Billy wrote it. And I haven't had a chance to listen to it yet. It's been opened, but Joe and I plan to listen to it together because we were both not surprised, Just unaware. Surprised is not the right word, but unaware that Billy had done this classical album. So the last album Billy Joel was a part of. That's the other thing too, is this came after his last rock and roll album. And really, other than that, there's the single that came out a couple of years ago now. So this is really kind of the last official Billy Joel album. Again, other than the single that came out, and it's classical, and I have not listened to it, but from what I understand, it's supposed to be pretty darn good. So there you go, a little Billy Joel classical. I was not aware of that before watching the doc. Perfect.
Seen him live in Cardiff 2 years ago. Amazing.
Okay, so now I'm jealous of 2 concerts that you've been to, because Billy's on the list, but I don't think it's going to happen anymore. Should have just went to Madison Square Garden. Should have just said screw it and went, but didn't. So, and I know he had to cancel some stuff, but hopefully he gets out there, and then I'll just find a place to go and see him. And
it was Joe. It was one of them bucket lists for me.
Yeah.
It was sure. I said to Liz, I said, Billy Joel's coming to Cardiff. She was like, I'm like, Billy Joel is coming to Cardiff. I cannot miss this one.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you. I've got the greatest hits and Glass Houses, is it? And
An Innocent Man, probably, because
yes, that one.
Got An Innocent Man, yeah.
And that's pretty much, or Piano Man, sorry, I've got.
Sure.
And that's about it.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to start with Billy Joel, and I keep saying greatest hits, but it's a good point to start with, and then go from there. New York State of Mind is my favorite song he's ever done. I love that song.
Yeah. So. There's a clip I watched the other night of that, or maybe it was Scenes from an Italian Restaurant. He's doing some jazz festival in New Orleans, and then he brings out like the street performing jazz band and stuff like that. It's really good. So yeah, he is number one on the bucket list of still to see, now that I've cleared a few of the other ones off. But I don't know that it's going to happen, unfortunately. So hopefully it will still.
If you have a look at my Facebook page, go to albums, you'll be able to see some of the ones. And like when they singing Piano Man, he just goes quiet, and the 80,000 people start singing Piano Man. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, we've got I say me and Joanne, because she's a massive fan. I think her, Elton, Billy, and Dave. I guess I took the David Bowie down and put the Lady Gaga up. Are her 3 dudes. So we have every Billy Joel album, and they're all good. They're all different. Not all different, but they are different, which is kind of cool as well. So
I was going to say, not everybody likes Billy Joel, but there's something about him that I like, the piano playing and all that kind of stuff. And I'd be hard pressed to find an album by him that I don't like.
Yeah. I think one of his most popular is An Innocent Man, that kind of little doo-woppy stuff, and that's actually one of my least favorites. I don't hate it, but it got a lot of play. But Glass Houses is like start to finish is just a classic, and I like River of Dreams, and I like The Bridge, and I like all the way old stuff. And you're right, New York State of Mind.
Nylon Curtain's pretty good too.
It is, yeah, and it gets maligned a lot too, right? But Allentown, like all that stuff on there, and yeah, it's good.
I know a lot of people don't like The Bridge, but I really like that one.
Me too.
There's something about it. It's different.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
So, but
okay. Nothing in the chat, which is great. I believe it's back to me.
Yep, it is.
Right, let's pick something really different, should we?
And now for something completely different. Did you ever see the Monty Python guys live?
I bit before my time.
Yeah, not really. They're still anyway. Sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt. Go. America, very nice.
Horse with No Name. That's all I knew from this band, to be honest. This came on Amazon for like £11.
Yeah,
and I was like, okay, let's check them out. And I love this album now.
Yeah. Sister Golden Hair. There's lots of good stuff
Golden
on there.
Hair, yeah.
So, yeah.
There's the
Ventura Highway is a good song too.
Yep.
Agreed. So this was the America established 1970 50th anniversary, the collection. So Horse with No Name, Sandman, 3 Roses, Venture Highway, Tin Man, Another Try Company, Political Poachers. There's so many on here.
Yeah.
So That's something completely different. I was like, what can I pick? I was like, fuck it, let's pick America. Good kind of band. Remind me a bit of slightly the Allman Brothers, I want to say, in that kind of era. I don't know what else I'd pick that goes with them in that
They
era.
they certainly would have fit a couple of weeks ago when we were talking about the albums we put on when we come home after work, and just it's there and it's kind of nice to listen to and you enjoy it. And yeah, they would have fit the bill of that show as well, I think, for me anyway. So
yeah,
So-
they sound kind of like Allman Brothers, maybe a little bit of Kansas.
Yeah.
You could hear in them.
Yeah. So Adrian saying, great album, America.
yeah,
So-
I like them. I like them.
Mhm.
Good stuff.
Cool. But I only knew, Horse with No Name because it was on the radio all the time. So
Yeah.
I was like, well, let's see what this band's all about then, because they must have other tracks,
And they have enough to make a double album. So there you go.
I mean, there are no B-sides on that, Joe.
No,
It's just
no,
songs.
not a single one. Everything. Plus, it helps when you're at it for 50 years. You can make yourself a double album of best of, but still, that's
Exactly,
good.
yeah.
That's good.
Right.
Lovely choice. Lovely choice.
All right,
Daryl.
so before I go with my next pick here, Chris, I got a question for you. What are your thoughts knowing that if Wales get out of the qualifiers, they will be playing Canada at the World Cup this coming year?
They will.
So they got to get out of that qualifier and they play Canada.
If anybody's going to beat this, I want Canada to beat this. So
Good. Yeah. I'm not sure how much
I would rather see Wales in there than Italy any day. I'm hoping Italy gets.
just on a side note, so the biggest sport in Wales is rugby. Then you go football, and then you go whatever else. So my cousin plays for Wales. He's a number 7 for Wales. He's an international, and he got his eyes gushed by a South African the other day, and the South Africa's been banned for 12 matches, and it's been all over the news. And everybody's going to be, how's your cousin? How's your cousin? I'm like, well, I'm not really interested in rugby, to be honest. My sport is football. And then you just brought it up. Like, how are you going to get smashed by the Canadians? I'm like, well, if I'm going to get smashed by anybody, I'd rather be Canadians than any other country around us. So, yes, that one.
Well, here's the deal. If they get through the qualifier, your manager's going to get his wish. He wants that rematch.
Well, and can you imagine if we beat you and you get sent off?
And that's the game in Toronto, I think, isn't it, Daryl? Because there's one in Toronto and two.
I think that's the one that's going to be in Toronto.
Yeah.
Canada has a genuine good chance of getting through that group because the other, Qatar, I think, is pretty weak. And I think that we could potentially beat Switzerland. I'm not saying we will, but I think we could.
I can't think of any good players that play for Switzerland because Norway, you got Haaland.
Oh, I'm so glad that we didn't pull them.
Yeah, I bet you are.
All right. Speaking of pulls, what did Emmett pick? John Cougar Mellencamp.
Oh, yes.
That looks like Mellencamp's record label. I noticed that before you flipped it over.
It's his album, which I don't know. There's something about this album cover that I just don't like. It's just the picture of him on there is just so weird compared to some of his other ones. He just looks like, I don't know how to say it. Like when he's making his albums in the 80s, he looks a lot tougher than this, but he looks really wimpy in this picture. But the record itself has fantastic songs. Crumbling Down, Pink House's Authority song. Authority song probably has, to me, one of the best guitar riffs ever on it. So this is a really cool album. I just think that if we were to show album covers that we don't like, this would be one of them. There's just something weird about this album cover that I don't like, but the music on it.
He wasn't big.
Absolutely fantastic.
I just feel
and
he
it's
wasn't
on
big.
the what is that? I don't think that's MGM. It's got the lion on it.
Yeah,
Maybe
I can't remember.
Not sure what that is.
I just knew that it was Mellencamp when I saw it. So
yeah, but it's a really good album. Like I said, those first 3 tracks alone, Crumbling Down, Pink Houses, and an Authority song. I mean, you can't go wrong with those, if you're looking at 80s rock and roll or whatever you want to call it, rock music, fantastic stuff. And I know some people are getting a little tired of him and some of his antics, but I can't go wrong with Mellencamp. I think he's a big name in the 80s. Some people might say that he's trying to imitate the Boss, but I don't think he's imitating Bruce by any means. I think he's got his own style, and I like him. I've got probably 4 or 5 of his records. The one that I wish I had was the one from the 90s, though. It's got that song "I Saw You First" on it. I forget what the name of the album is. Anyway, it'd be nice to get a hold of that one.
Adrian saying Mellencamp was hot in the 80s. In the UK, what's that song? Something in Diane. That was the only one I know.
Yeah, Jack and Diane.
Yeah, and I got overplayed like fucking like Mr. Adams and all the rest of them, and yeah. So
see, that's not as rock and roll type. No. If you want some rock, listen to the Authority song, and Crumbling Down. Those are rocking songs. Like you'd listen to them in your car on the highway.
Yeah, I just feel it didn't hit the UK like it did in across the pond. Probably because the 80s music we had over here at the time, there was kind of pop, rocky, kind of that kind of era going on.
He's your version of Stereophonics, I suppose.
I am never going for a chili dog with John Cougar Mellencamp. I know that for sure.
Didn't you see him live, Joe? Have you seen him live?
I did see him live. Yeah, he was really, really good. And actually, when we're talking about it, I like the early stuff like Nothing Matters and What If It Did. Really, really good album. And that's kind of where I was introduced to John Cougar. I think he was just John Cougar at that time. Mellencamp wasn't in because they were trying to build a rapport for him or trying to give him an image. And it was the sexy boy or whatever it was and things like that. And eventually just said, screw that. That's not my deal anymore. And then he's done a lot of really good stuff. Like he has an asshole side to him for sure, but he's always been a big part of Farm Aid, him and Willie and those guys. He's always been a big part of that. And I think he's always tried to do that type of stuff and be a good part of it.
Yeah.
So, and he's still making albums. I think he's still making albums. I'm not sure. There was one from at least a couple of years ago. Actually, I brought up his catalog. So the last one in here was 2003. Let's go to the next page. There is, there was one in 2022, Strictly a One-Eyed Jack. I have not heard that. But yeah, so still making some music and still touring, but I'm not sure if he's doing the full blown like 3-hour show anymore. I think he's kind of pared it down a little bit. So maybe I don't know. But
okay.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, you mentioned that he does good things for like Farm Aid and stuff. His politics have never turned me off. He's not as bad as some of the ones that we talk about on a regular basis. So I mean, I guess you either like him or you don't, but going back to kind of the album cover thing that I was talking about, you look at that one and the one that I just showed, and then you look at like an album like Scarecrow.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know. I think you're right, Joe. I think they were trying to build a persona for him. And I'm wondering I think that this might have been the last. I think this might have been the last album where they built this persona that he was supposed to be this.
A lady, whatever. I don't know.
Heartthrob on a cover, because I mean,
right.
You're not going to see Cougar Mellencamp on a pink cover ever again. That's for sure.
No, that's right. Yeah, because then it became Lonesome Jubilee and Scarecrow and stuff like that. So
yeah.
Cool. Okay. Because no artist talks about politics on their albums, do they ever?
Never do.
Never.
Nope. Maybe every once in a while.
Let's head over to Joe. Where you go, mate?
All right. This guy is definitely not a pretty boy. They are not ever going to make a sexy cover with Rob Zombie on the cover.
Oh, hell yes.
That album.
But this is such a killer album. And actually, this is a reissue that just came out. And it's kind of hokey, but it sounds okay still. It is glow in the dark as well, which, I mean, if you're going to have Rob Zombie album, Hillbilly Deluxe, you want to have it glow in the dark, I would think. But yeah, this is just good. industrial metal rock, whatever you want to call it. I mean, I don't know if I need to explain who Rob Zombie is to many people, but hell of a musician. Makes some pretty darn good movies as well. He's always been into that quite a bit, but just good. And yeah, this is, like I say, this is the reissue that just came out this year, and it's glow in the dark. 13 Tales of Cadaverous Cavorting Inside the Spook Show International. I like Rob Zombie. I haven't seen him. He's been through a couple of times in the last while, and I'm not sure why I didn't go. But hopefully, I don't think he's done. I think he's probably he'll probably be around again, and I'll get a chance to see him. But it's good stuff.
The film I liked that he did was The Devil's Rejects.
Yeah,
that's a good film. That's kind of dark.
Yeah, and everything on this album, like even the artwork on the inside, I mean, again, it's a bit macabre, but I like that, right? I'm a Kiss fan. I'm an Alice Cooper fan, all of that. But all that stuff, sitting on his own throne and everything else. And yeah, and it sounds good. I know sometimes the glow in the dark, not that there's been that many of them, sound shitty, but it sounds pretty good. Of course, it helps that it's a Rob Zombie album. It's not like it's light and acoustic, right? So they get away a little bit with if it's not the best sounding album, but it does sound pretty decent. So yeah, there you go. One I picked up recently, that one.
Cool.
I agree. You can't go wrong with Rob Zombie, no matter what iteration of it is, because when he was with White Zombie, I mean, Astro Creep, what is it, 3000 or 2000? It's an amazing album too.
I agree. Yeah, no, it's just good stuff. I mean, it is, again, it's definitely a genre of some sort, and if you like it, you like it. But I've always enjoyed Rob's stuff.
You could almost call it like shock rock in a way.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. Like, I mean, again, there's some more. It's a good package. It shouldn't, often say that a man's package is good, but sometimes sometimes it just is, right? Sometimes it just is. So, and there is nothing wrong if you find a man's package to be good. There is nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, so. Somebody's watching the Levi advert too much, or the Rolling Stones cover. So, nothing in the chat. I think I'm caught up. Yes, I am. Okay. I'm going to show a band that I like.
Okay, that doesn't narrow it down, but go ahead.
So, this is the Stereophonics. Now, if nobody's ever heard of them,
not familiar with. I have no idea.
So this is the last album they re-released. So I'm caught up now. I'm completed on all of their albums. And I think you two would enjoy this one.
Yeah.
It's gritty.
Is it? Yeah, that's good.
He recorded this while on tour. And all the recordings are on tour, backstage. And nice. So Graffiti on the Train, Indian Summer's a good one. So Graffiti on the Train, he says the lyrics of met a girl on a train. She had coke in her shoe. That's the first time we met.
Yeah, well, there you go. So do you just like walk over to his house and just go, can you sign this for me? And he does when you come home, or?
He lives in London now, but I used to know Kelly before they were the Stereophonics, so I kind of know the band. I know Richard, the bassist, and
right.
I knew Stuart, obviously the drummer. But I think, by the sounds of it, they're going to bring out the new greatest hits, because the greatest hits that I've sent you and Daryl only go up till about 2008, 2009-ish,
right?
And they brought out 5-6 albums since then.
Well, the one I have is older, right? Is a reissue. I didn't pull them because I knew you. Well, I guess I didn't know you were going to, but I didn't, because this is all new stuff that I picked up, and there obviously are a couple of new ones, Ucha and the others. So, but I think one of those is older, but I got a newer release of it. Is that a true statement? I think.
The one you got from Ucha is original pressing, because that came out 4 years ago. The Sex, Violence, Other, that is a reissue, because that came out in 2005.
But this is older. This was, I mean, it's still a current.
Yeah.
So from a few years ago.
So Ucha is not the latest album, the one before that. That came out about 4 years ago. The Sex Violence Other, it came out in 2005, which never got released on vinyl. So yeah, the pink one, yeah. That's the one I've got as well. And it was the big massive hit, Dakota. That's the only #1 single in the UK they hit.
Yeah.
They even hit #1 on this album. So every album they've released has gone to #1.
So that's the thing. I mean, there's lots of artists like that where you hear about them and they never had a #1 hit, but their albums were always massive. So that's kind of the thing with them, is it? See, again, I'm sure I've heard them somewhere along the line before meeting you. And I know the name, but they must have toured. Do they tour Canada often? Maybe that's it. Maybe they.
So
I don't know.
When they released the first album, Word Gets Around, they were kind of touring the UK, and then Performance of Cocktail come around, which Daryl knows from the song.
Hurry Up and Wait is the song that I know.
So they toured Canada, and they done the whole Canada America tour.
Yeah,
and they went everywhere. But they were doing like little, like venues.
Sure.
We say,
yeah, okay,
200-300 people.
Yeah.
They were big in New York, big in Toronto. But they, like I've said before, they mainly it's America, but everywhere else knows where they are.
Okay.
It's weird.
Cool.
It's weird. They're massive in Asia. They're massive in Europe. They're from Wales. They're massive in Britain. You know. But, yeah.
I had a roommate in university. He loved that song. He loved Hurry Up and Wait. He used to play that stereophonic song religiously the whole time I was living with him.
Yeah. Have they ever given anyone shit for having a beach ball at their concert? Like, what is Shirley doing? What, like, I don't understand what some of these bands are doing. Like, I mean, anyway, I won't get going because then I'll just go for like 5 minutes on.
In their concerts, especially in Cardiff and Wales, they don't use beach balls. They use massive rugby balls, and they just kick it full force to the crowd and see what happens.
Nice. Yeah. No, I mean, maybe you guys hadn't heard. I don't know, but there was a festival, I think, in Australia, and there was a dude or a few people with beach balls at a garbage concert. And Shirley stopped singing and gave this guy grief, gave him shit for having a beach ball. Nobody wants a beach ball here. It's annoying. It's disturbing. It's taking away from the atmosphere. It's like, who fucking cares, Shirley? It's a beach ball. Sing the songs, man. We're at a festival. Have some fun. That's like Don Henley honestly saying, no, we don't want you to stand up and have fun at our shows. It's like, come on, what are you doing?
Yeah, no, they encourage you. The more interaction with the crowd is the better. Yeah. I remember once that somebody threw a bottle on the stage and Kelly picked it up and drunk it and threw it back into the crowd.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want people to be idiots at shows, but if you're messing around and throwing a beach ball around at a big outdoor festival in Australia, suck it up, Shirley. Just keep singing. But anyway,
my brother went to a Cyndi Lauper concert, and apparently she got really mad with the whole videotaping with the cell phone thing.
Sure, yeah.
She basically said, if you don't put your phones down, I'm walking out.
Yeah. Well, Maynard makes everybody like you can't even take your phone into a Tool show. I'm not sure if that's exactly right, but he is a very big proponent of no filming anything as well and stuff like that. And
Joe, I think we discussed this before, and I get the youngsters like that for 2 hours nonstop, and you can't see the concert. I don't mind somebody recording, take a picture, you do a selfie, like me and Liz do a selfie when we watch the gig, and like you do a quick recording. But how often are you going to look at it back? Like the big one for me was Oasis in Cardiff. Remember I said on Rob's show that you didn't realize how good the video quality is sometimes and showing people what to expect. I get that, but they're for fucking 2 hours doing this, not clapping anymore. It's like you watch a football game or a rugby game or NBA or NFL, and they start doing this instead of clapping a goal. I'm just like, why
No,
you
I know, I get it. Yeah, because you're right. I mean, I have my phone out. I take some pictures. I take a little bit of video, and then I put my phone back in my pocket. For the most part, I don't sit there and film the whole song. I don't know why I do even well, I know why I do it, because I enjoy it, and it gives me a little something, and then I always have my little review afterwards, and that's why I do it. But you're right. Some just sit there, and all they're there to do is just do that, and they're looking at their phone, and you're looking at their phone because it's in your sight. So yeah. I don't understand. So I at the same time, the artist should not be so worried about the fact that someone is taking their picture and or filming a little bit of it. I get comedians a little bit. Like, I guess Chappelle makes everybody put their phone away. You can't take it in, they put it in a bag. And I get that a little bit, because then parts of his set come out before maybe he's ready for it to come out. If you see it live, you see it live. So I get comedians, but what picture is left to take of Liam Gallagher that has never been taken, right? I mean, it's not like I'm going to get some unbelievable shot. And if I do happen to get it, oh, well, it's good promotion, because there's no bad promotion.
But you take it with Oasis. They've never said, never take a video, never take a selfie, never do this. It's all promotion. They look at it as a business.
Yeah, I used a bad example. Yes, for sure. But yeah, the one that always gets me, again, because it happened here specifically, and I was right front and center, and Joanne and I stood up just partly because Don Henley said, don't stand up at our concert. But you start fucking playing Hotel California, that I have listened to for 40 years. I'm going to stand up and enjoy myself, Don. So just sing the damn song. But anyway, if we start talking about Don Henley, I'll just get angrier.
Okay.
But I love his music. So anyway, whose turn is it, Chris? I think it's Daryl's turn, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's mine.
Yeah.
Okay, Daryl, where you go, mate?
I have no idea what the next random. Oh my gosh! Really?
There we go.
We talked about this on our genres and music that we just can't get into.
Okay.
The reason that I have this is because it was a record that I inherited from my grandfather. And let's talk about some panpipes.
Oh, Zamfir and
Zamfir and the Lonely Shepherd, which I like the Lonely Shepherd. I have only ever got through one side of this album. I don't think I've ever listened to the second side. It reminds me, because my grandparents, I think I've mentioned this, lived in Winnipeg when I was young. And it reminds me of going into what's the name of the big mall in Winnipeg? I can't even remember what it's called anymore.
Polo Park.
Polo Park. It reminds me of going into Polo Park and going up the escalators in Polo Park. And me and my brother used to try to run up and down the escalators. But it reminds me of just the whole elevator, escalator kind of music that you would hear in every single, low-key restaurant, every single mall that you go into. But you know what? Let's not take away from the fact that, I mean, the reality, he's an amazing panpipe player and he's an amazing musician. You can't take that away from him. And the geography in that album cover is absolutely stunning. I don't know if that's in Ireland or somewhere in Europe, but it's absolutely stunning. So I don't want to take away from Zamfir and his accomplishments, because it's absolutely fantastic what he can do as a panpipe musician. But I can't get into that genre of panpipes and not classical music. It's more like ambient music, I guess you would call it.
Yeah.
So is it one of them albums where you're in Walmart or something and
Walmart, or back when I was younger, like Woolco or something like that. Zellers. Sitting at Zellers.
Yeah.
The Zellers restaurant, yeah.
Yeah. The Zellers Cafe, they could make money if they made the Zellers Cafe, because I think we're all nostalgic.
You know what?
That.
The open face hot turkey and hot chicken sandwiches they used to do were absolutely fantastic, phenomenal.
They were. I completely agree. Yeah, for sure. So, and that's the thing. It's a good memory. It's a good memory. So,
a good memory, and if we talk about Zellers open face hot turkey sandwiches, I mean, I don't think you'd have them in the UK, but Husky truck stops too, man. They had some of the best food ever.
You got to keep the truckers happy, because if they're not happy, they're not coming to your location. So you have to make pretty good food when you're a truck stop, for sure. So, and yes, I agree. So when Chris makes his cross Canada tour, he can stop at all the Huskies, although he's flying everywhere, but that's okay.
For sure.
But we are going to rent a car. I think we have to.
Yeah, you got to drive a little bit.
It's to me, going to Canada and just doing flights is a bit pointless. I think I need to travel a bit as well.
How long are you planning on being in Canada? Because driving is going to be a little while.
12 days.
Yeah, he's got some time to do a couple of road trips. Yeah.
There's a part of me that wants to go to the Rockies, but me and Liz sat down. Me and Joe discussed this, and I've bombarded him with messages.
No,
but I think Niagara Falls is the big one I want to go to. Rob's gonna take me and Liz. He's gonna be our tourist guide. Obviously, I'm gonna go and see Frank. Gonna see Joe, and yes, Joe, I've watched the right YouTube video.
Coming to the right city now, right? Yeah, I mean. I could drive up and see you in Saskatoon, but that's not where my store is going to be, so, or where I'm going.
Your purpose of coming to see Joe was to go to his store, spend some money, grab a T-shirt, take a selfie, have a video, and because I was gonna document like a vlog of the whole, but do it in sections.
Yeah.
So like, the first section is going to be me flying from, because everyone doesn't know, they're doing flights from Cardiff to. It's Toronto.
Yeah.
So my first plan was to fly to Toronto, meet up with Brian.
Yep.
Bionic robot. He's going to take us around the first 2 days. Liz will probably be sleeping. She's like, you could do whatever you want to do. I just want to go to Niagara Falls at this point. I was like, okay. So I'll meet up with Brian and we'll do a video and, we'll have a chat and that kind of stuff. And then go and meet up with Rob. And then from there, fly from Toronto or whatever that area it is up to see Joe. And then from Joe, kind of like to Frank's. But what Liz has told me, she's got other plans after that. So well, I have to balance that out.
We'll figure it out. Unfortunately, the shortest drive would be between me and Frank.
Yeah,
it's also the most boring drive. It really is. I mean, I will be the first to say that it is definitely a boring ass drive. The best drive would be to go from Rob to Frank's, but that's a long drive up around Thunder Bay, and but you got to
actually if you did that drive, if you did that drive, I could probably take the train out and meet you in Cochrane.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you could get to Timmins and then come down, and at some point, right? If he came across the top,
that's a long way though. It's from Rob's to Timmins is a full day.
Yeah. Oh yeah, at least, right? So yeah, but you'll figure it out. We'll get you hooked up.
I think we discussed, was it last week before, Joe? From me to go from yours to Frank's, I can go from Southampton, which is the bottom end of England, to the top of Scotland.
You can get to the top of Scotland in the same amount of time. Yeah. And Frank, like I say, Frank is kind of close to me too. So, but anyway, so.
Okay. Sorry for boring the chat, but that's my plan and I can't wait. I'm so excited. I don't know if Liz feels the same, but I am excited.
Yeah, she'll have fun.
Yeah.
We're a bunch of good Canadian folk, if nothing else, right? You'll meet a lot of really nice people along the way. So.
She did say to me, she was like, "Oh, am I going to be on my own?" I'm like, "Well, I'm sure that Joe's missus will come along, and you can have a chat, and me and Joe can do our thing."
Of course, I may actually want to talk to Liz more than you. So
I'm speaking to this imbecile long enough in the last 2 years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I talk to him all the time. How are you? Yeah, I think maybe that's what we'll do. So.
It was quite funny, actually. Last night, we were sitting down having pizza and just chilling out, and my phone was going off. And she went, "Who's that?" I was like, "Oh, it's Joe." She went, "Oh, Racer Joe." Like, didn't even think. Just it's this bang. It's like she knows everybody that I talk to in the violent community, like Frank, Daryl, Rob. She knows like these people. If we talk to anybody out of the violent community circle, people are like, who the hell is Frank 33 RPM? Who the hell are these people? Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
But, okay. I think I'm up next. My turn? Yeah.
No, I didn't go yet.
Okay. Didn't you? Sorry.
No, Daryl just went, right? Because he
Right.
showed Zamfir.
Yeah, I did. I did the Zamfir one.
It's
Okay,
my
sorry.
fault because it's my fault because you had me up
Sorry.
on screen, and then you went, and then I started babbling about something. So yeah, it's my fault. Again, it's new stuff that I've picked up that is either new, and or I have yet to own, and we're gonna do a little Super Freak with Rick James. This is one that I don't know why it's eluded me all the way along because I like to find stuff in the wild, but of course, if you are unfamiliar with Super Freak, is what MC Hammer sampled most of for You Can't Touch This. So, but just good funky stuff from the late 70s, Rick James and company. I'm not sure if Bootsy's on here. Probably not, because Rick is the bass player. So Bootsy Collins wouldn't be on here, but just good funky stuff. And again, like I say, the big hit is Super Freak. Look it up if you haven't heard it. And then you'll go, oh, You Can't Touch This, but it's not. Super Freak was first. And then it's got, some typical funk, smooching music on it and things like that. So it's good. It's one I hadn't had for a long time. It was in a collection that I passed on the whole collection, but I said, but I need to have that one. And she sold me the one. She didn't really want to sell just one at a time, but I walked out of there with that one. The rest I didn't need. But yeah, Rick James and Super Freak from the album Street Songs back to like I said, I'm fairly certain. Oh, I lied. It's 81. So it's not quite the 70s, but it's darn close. Rick James.
Is that song Super Freak? Super Freaky?
Yeah.
She's super freaky, yeah, with the Temptations back up and stuff. Yeah, like I said, it's what MC Hammer sampled really for the most part for Can't Touch This. So in fact, if you're a good enough DJ, you can play the two of them together and kind of go back and forth and mix them because it's equally as sampling as Ice Baby is of Under Pressure. So yeah.
I had an accident this evening, so I had a record delivered to me and my stylus snapped.
No, that's no good. Oh well, get an Ortophon. What do you got now? I guess. What do you have?
I've got the two table I got is the Audio Technica LP120 USB-X.
Yeah,
the Bluetooth one, and I've always used the green Audio Technica one. But I've noticed with them, they don't last that long, Joe, and the sound quality is kind of maybe it's for beginners. I don't know. Maybe I need to invest. I think it'll be after Christmas now, though.
Yeah, we I mean, I've got exactly that right there, and then I've got the other the good Lord, I can't remember what that is. Anyway, but we sell Ortophon at the shop, and they make a big difference. I mean, and they're not a lot of money. They're a bit, but they're not that bad. If you just get an Ortophon 2M blue or a 2M red, they go on almost every turntable. And in fact, you can just get a replacement one that's the head shell, because I think your head shell comes off on that table, doesn't it? Right?
Yeah,
you swap the whole thing. So I don't even know what you have, Daryl. I don't know if we've ever talked about gear ever.
I have what do I have there? I think I have the same one you do, Chris. I have a Audio Technica 120.
Yeah.
That's what I have.
They're just a solid table, right? They're direct drive. They hold up, and I
don't have any like floor speakers or anything. Mine are just plugged into some Bose speakers.
Yeah.
One day when I can afford it, I'll invest in some better speakers. But for now, I mean, for me, it's just about the listening. I don't need, audiophile quality sound. That's not me.
You say that, Daryl, but I've told you over this before. So I've got a Bose 900 Dolby Atmos soundbar Bluetooth connected, which is a bit overpowering for what I need. But the sound is amazing.
Yeah.
So
Music Hall. That's what this one is. Music Hall. But
so okay. Yeah. Joe's gonna love this. Now I picked this next. This wasn't on purpose, by the way. Big fan of these. Would love to see them live. They've never been to Cardiff. They always go to London or Scotland. I said to Liz, next time they come to Britain, even though if it's an island, we will travel and do a weekend kind of thing about this. Green Day.
Yeah.
And Joe, no, I still haven't picked up the latest album that you keep recommending to me. I don't know what it is. I just keep forgetting, and then you recommend other stuff, and I pick up other stuff. But I really need to get that album. But what a career these guys have had.
Yeah.
Like,
God's favorite band. It says so right on the cover of the album. Yeah.
Yes, it does.
God's favorite band. Yeah.
What got me into this band was the song "Time My Life," Good Riddance.
Yeah.
But the album I used to have from Good Riddance actually was Nimrod on CD back in the day. Now, if you remember back in the day, remember the double decks tapes you used to have? You could record off the radio, so you'd record the top 40. But I'd always miss it because the song was only like for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So, but you've got songs on your like Welcome to Paradise, Basket Case, When I Come Around, Hitching a Ride, Good Riddance, Minority, Warning, American Idiot, Holiday, Boulevard of Broken Dreams, Wake Me Up When September Ends, Bang Bang, Still Breathing, Back in the USA. You know, it's... If I'm going to be honest, I prefer the other greatest hits, which is international super hits.
Yeah, I know which one you mean. I just bought that for my nephew for Christmas. So yeah.
That's kind of like the older stuff.
Yeah.
And I prefer the older stuff. Warning, Minority. That really got me into Green Day. You know, that was amazing.
I think it's 20th anniversary for Warning this year. I think there's some new.
Yeah, I did see.
I think, right? So, Daryl, I don't know. We've never necessarily talked about Green Day. I think you're a fan. No?
Yeah, I actually, Green Day is one of the records that was on my 5 albums I think that I won't get rid of.
Okay.
My wife got it for me for Christmas a few years ago.
Yeah.
It's one of the few times she's got me a record. So, and actually the Dookie album.
Yeah.
I actually won a shop award in grade 10.
Yeah.
And in my high school, when you win an award, they used to give gift certificates to like the local stores and stuff. And I got a $25 gift certificate to our CD and video shop. So I bought Dookie on CD with my grade 10 shops award. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Green Day. I really do.
They take a lot of, not a lot of shit, but they take a lot of shit just because, oh, you're popular and you're a punk band. Well, yeah, that's what you get into music for, is kind of to become popular and for people to hear your music. So what do you want them to do? Not put out good music? Mm-hmm. I mean, they have a huge following of fans, but there's still the detractors or whatever. Well, that's not punk. That's blah, blah. It's like, whatever. I don't care. Yeah. Anyway.
It reminds me of like anytime I hear about Green Day getting crap, it reminds me of like Metallica when they did the Black album and you sold out and all this nonsense. That's the whole point.
Yeah, exactly. It's good.
I mean, I think that's kind of probably why you like Kiss. I mean, they just didn't give a shit. They were like, we're gonna do this gimmick and make as much money as we can. Who cares?
Exactly. Yeah. And if you don't like it, we just don't really give that much of a rat's ass. But so yeah. But good choice, Chris. Very nice.
Yeah.
You're right though. International Super Hits is pretty good too. So
okay, I think I might know what this one is based on the back. And yes, that is exactly what I thought it was.
Yes.
And Dire Straits, Brothers in Arms. I mean, this is a really good album. I'm not the biggest for me. I guess the way that I could look at Dire Straits, it kind of reminds me of Rush in a way where I like the band, but I have a little hard time with Mark Knopfler's voice, kind of like the Geddy Lee thing, but I respect them, right? And I mean, So Far Away is a really good song. Money for Nothing, Walk of Life. These are all great tracks. Plus the Brothers in Arms. I mean, this album as a whole, I wouldn't say it's a greatest hits on a record, but this is a fantastic album. And I actually wasn't sure what your thoughts were. I know, Joe, you like Dire Straits, but I actually wasn't sure, Chris, because we haven't really talked about Dire Straits before, what your thoughts were on Mark Knopfler and that band. But I think it's a really good album. I think it's the only Dire Straits I actually have, and I'm not sure if do you think we'll ever see a reunion of those guys again? I mean, I know they had a little stint there in the 90s that they were performing again, but seems to me that they've kind of
I don't think they
stopped doing anything.
I think they've done.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll ever be Dire Straits. Mark Knopfler still plays, and then he was playing with Clapton for a while, or he was like out with somebody for a bit. So yeah, I really like, and again, they were a band that I kind of didn't at first, and then all of a sudden the light went off, and I really did enjoy them. And I probably knew this before, and it might be one of those things that aren't true because I read it on the internet, so God only knows if it's true or not. But I guess Sultans of Swing was a real thing that happened. Knopfler was just out drinking one night, went into this dive bar, and there was this band that, like he explains in the song, called the Sultans of Swing, and that's where the impetus for the song. And he went home and he talked to his brother and said, "You know what? There's this thing I got in my head," and that's where it came from. So, right? So.
Yeah, pretty much. I think there was an interview I watched a few years ago, and he was explaining kind of what that was about. Yeah. They'll never go back together. I think the rest of the band are pretty much done touring at this point. But that's another bucket list we use Mark Knopfler to watch live, and just him playing Dire Straits songs.
Yeah. And he is making new music still too, or at least he had an album last year or a year and a half-ish or ago or whatever. So, which was good. So it's kind of like he's in that category of when David Gilmour puts out an album now, things like that. So I mean, I don't know. I have no idea if there is any truth to it, but I got a text from a guy who I trust that said that Pink Floyd might be coming back around here. I can't believe that they would be playing here, that it's not out of the realm of possibility, because at this point the Rolling Stones have played here. Like, it's not that they're that big that they can't play here. I have just heard squat about, and it's got to be Gilmour, because Waters never calls himself Pink Floyd. So if anything, it would have to be something with Gilmour. But again, the guy knew nothing other than that was something that he had briefly heard. I don't know if you guys have heard anything about something.
I tell you, if you ever get a chance to see them, guys, right, is Pink Floyd the tribute Australian band?
I've seen them. Yeah, they're very, very good. Yes, definitely. So I saw Waters a couple years ago, begrudgingly, because he's a dipshit too. But I really kind of just compartmentalized, you're an asshole, and I know that, but I'm here to enjoy the music, and I did, and it was a great show. I would have loved to have seen his version of The Wall live, but it was the most recent tour, so there was still a little bit of it, but I would have loved to have seen that.
I'd pay to go watch David Gilmour.
I would pay to go watch David Gilmour. Yeah, and like I said, I did go. I wouldn't pay again to go see Roger Waters, but I would 100% pay to go. Just give me the guitar solo from "Comfortably Numb," and I am a happy guy. I'll give you $100 just to hear that live.
I was watching. Sorry, we're sidetracking. No chat.
Yeah, a little.
I was watching a YouTube video from before lockdown, and he was in Rome doing a concert, and he was watching this guy busking on the street, and he went up to him and he said, "Do you fancy doing the opening?" He said, "You sounds really good. Do you want to do a quick opening before I go on stage?" And he was like, "Holy shit, that's Pink Floyd."
Of course I do. Yes, please.
Yes. And he went, "Yeah." He said, I'll pay you. Might help you on the way. And he went on and done an amazing performance. And David shook his hand after and went, "Well done, mate. Thanks." Yeah. And he went on and done "Comfortably Numb," and the guy was just like,
yeah, exactly. Well, and the other thing too, I think, is that if David Gilmour decided to go out, I'm not sure how many of the others that were, the Pulse version of Pink Floyd. But if you get a call from David Gilmour and he goes, "You want to come be part of me calling myself Pink Floyd?" Yes, please. Let's go. So he's going to find good singers. He's going to find, his band is going to be unbelievable. And I just, like I said, I'd be good with just hearing the guitar solo "Comfortably Numb," and I'd money well spent. So yeah.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, squirrel again, but
it's Joe's up next.
Yeah, I am, aren't I? No, am I? I don't know. Sure.
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. All right. I briefly brought this one up the other night on our Wednesday night show, and I've only listened to it once, but man, it's awesome. And it is a young man by the name of Wolfgang Van Halen.
Yes.
This is a really, really good album. This is Mammoth. So this is the third of Wolfgang or Van Halen's Mammoth, or WVH, or whatever the hell it is. It's Wolfgang Van Halen. And it is all him, as far as I understand, on the albums. Now, of course, when he's out playing live, which I have had the chance to see him, and he was fantastic. He's got a band with him. but he has all of the instruments on here, as far as I understand. Maybe not all, but most of. But this thing's killer. The kid is talented. He is not living off dad's name in any way, shape, or form. He is just a phenomenal guitar player, phenomenal artist, and he's writing good music. And again, he was awesome live. And again, he got himself a pretty decent band. I think if you've got the name Van Halen and someone calls you and says you want to come be on my touring band, you probably go, yes, please. But this is a really good album. Now, I always preface when I say it's a really good album, it's a really good album if you enjoy that style of music. A really good album to me might not be a really good album. I mean, you guys, I think we kind of fall into the same category. But someone who listens to EDM, they're not going to think it's a really good album. So I say that in the fact that if you like Van Halen, if you like rock and roll, you like guitars, you like drums, this is a really, really good album. Plus, it's kind of cool, splattery orange vinyl. And I like the colored stuff. So I would highly recommend Mammoth. This is the third. It's called The End, but the other two are really good as well. This is just the most recent one. I really like it. And I've only listened to it once so far. So
I don't want to piss Joe off too much here.
But go ahead. Yes, that's right. Yeah, you got a chance to see him play, right? That would have been an unbelievable show. All the guys from the Darkness and just everybody that was involved in that. So, but he kind of everybody. I think he opened up a lot of people's eyes on that show. Like he was out with Van Halen, right? He was playing bass for them for the final touring stuff or whatever. But I think when people saw him at that show, they went, "Oh shit, that kid's pretty good."
Well, Liz knew exactly who he was, and we've discussed this before. Like Liz knew exactly who he was, and I was like, "Bloody, how the hell do you know who he is?" I'm like, "I don't even know who he is," but I've seen. And then when she said the band, I was like, "Oh, that's him, right? I get it now, right? I understand. I've heard that, a couple of songs of him." But for me, the highlight for that concert were these.
Yeah, those two, and exactly. So that would have been good.
Before Van Halen became a band, before they became Van Halen, weren't they also called Mammoth?
Yeah, that's the thing. I think that's why it's called. And then there was
so they must have given him. He probably just took on the name as the second iteration of Mammoth.
I think so. I think the reason why they didn't, maybe, and I'd have to look this up. This is off the top of my head. Is there was another kind of like the whole Bush and Bush X thing, right? Like where there already was a Mammoth that nobody knew of, but they had the rights to the name, or in the UK or whatever. That could all be bullshit. But you're right. That's that they were going to be called Mammoth, and then they changed it to Van Halen.
I'm dead on the t-shirts this evening, Joe.
Are you? Good. Yeah. You know what? You know what else? His mom's super cute too. I like his mom. So Valerie.
I'm afraid to Google that.
No, it's okay. I think you'll be all right still. So, but yes, I recommend. I know I did the other night, and I do again. I recommend this again. I think if people know when I say it's a really good album, it's a really good album for a rock album, right?
Yeah.
It's not dance music, but yeah.
Right, I'm up next. An artist, a band I've never seen but always wanted to see live. And everybody in Britain thought they were British, and they're not. They're from Las Vegas. Any ideas?
Killers.
It's the Killers.
Yeah.
This is a comp. But won't come to any surprise. This is called Rebel Diamonds. This got released 2023. So, yeah. Amazing insight on this. Being from Las Vegas.
Yeah, it's a great album.
Pretty cool gatefold.
Yeah.
So this came on black vinyl, and it's got quite a cool booklet inside. If I can grab it, 2 secs, hang on. So you've got the band, all the covers right from the start. So I love it when bands do this. something a bit extra, you know what I mean? Because most of the time it's just here we are.
Yeah.
Day and age, those the albums and that kind of stuff. But I'll go through the tracks real quick. So obviously the big one for me was Mr. Brightside in the UK. That was just fucking everywhere. Jenny was a friend of mine, Mr. Brightside. All the things you've done. Somebody told me when you were young. Read my mind. Human Spaceman. Runaway. And then you got the newer stuff. Pressure Machine, which I'm not a fan of the newer stuff. I prefer the older stuff. I'm being honest. Hot Fuss was the breakthrough album for them, and they got discovered by John Peel on his Late Show, and they've done the John Peel stage in Glastonbury. They've done the main stage in Glastonbury. They were headlining Glastonbury, so they've done it a few times. So the Killers.
I have a quick question. And the Killers are awesome, and neither of us have seen the Killers. So maybe we'll find a day and we'll both go to the Killers at the same time. I'll come over there. We'll see them somewhere over there because I want to see them. I do like them a lot. But I heard a comment today on the F1 broadcast that Glastonbury is not next year because it's a Pharaoh year. Is that because it is on the guy's farm and he lets it kind of come back for a year? Or is that every year or every 5 years or every 2 years? Or
yeah, so this happened. It was due to happen on, I think, 2020 or 2021, but we were in lockdown anyway.
Right.
But there is a case of he can't let anybody on because of the farming situation. And
right. Okay.
He'd lose the funding for the farming, even though he's getting millions and millions.
He's probably doing okay. But yeah, they commented because Lando is from Glastonbury. So they commented that it's a Pharaoh year this year and that they won't have the festival, but they could probably have a Lando Norris festival and draw as many people. But so I knew what a Pharaoh year was. I just wasn't sure if that's why it applied. So that's cool.
To be honest, Joe, I don't watch much news. I just watch YouTube and documentaries and what I'm like.
Yeah, that's right.
That kind of stuff. I don't watch much news. Liz will go, "Oh, this happened." I'm like, "Okay, right, whatever."
Yeah. Yeah,
so
no, that's fair.
You probably, you are right. I remember that happened a few years ago, and before lockdown, it happened again because I think. Who was supposed to be doing the main stage that year? It was somebody massive, like James Brown or someone, and they cancelled it, and there was a big uproar about it. And so
cool. I watched some good Pet Shop Boys stuff from there last night. That they'd be a good show. I think I'd go see the Pet Shop Boys. I think they'd be all right.
Well, I think the Pet Shop Boys. Was it a few years ago when the Killers were on them doing they were the act. And he brought on the Pet Shop Boys, and he went, "This is my inspiration." And when you listen to the Killers, you think, "Yes, now that makes sense."
Yeah, for sure. I mean, not so much West End Girls, but a lot of the others, like "It's a Sin," right?
Yes.
"It's a Sin" could be a Killers song, easy, and so good stuff.
I think they were saying "It's a Sin." Not somebody told me, but one of their top tracks sounded so familiar.
It was very. Wait a second,
Yeah. And people are like, hang on a minute. So, right. Daryl, over to you, mate. What you got?
All right. What do I got?
Yeah. I love the surprise.
This one here, I can't even talk about. I got no idea what this is. This is another inherited record. I don't know what my kid was thinking. I got this from my grandfather. It's called Europa. I don't know how to pronounce that. It is a German record. The only thing I can tell you about this is that my grandfather was stationed in Germany in the 1960s after the war. My dad went to school, elementary school there for a couple of years in the 60s. And my grandpa collected all kinds of German and Austrian music. He's even got a couple of British records that I got. And so I am assuming that this is straight up German beer drinking music. That would be my guess on it. But I have no idea what it is. That's all I can say about that. This is one of those weird albums that I've got that I got no clue what it is. I've never listened to this ever.
Is it a dance album by any chance?
It looks like it could be this is a Christmas album.
Okay.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's a Christmas album. It's got the first Noel in It's got Still Knocked on it.
So if Rammstein ever did a Christmas album,
yeah,
that's what it sounds like.
it's got a whole. Actually, it's in. Looks like it's got a German song, Denmark, Norwegian, Polish, Bulgarian. Yeah, the first Noel in English, Belgian. So it's a European tour of Christmas songs.
Can you imagine that? Noel!
Yeah.
It's one of the most odd choices I think I've ever shown on a live stream. That is hilarious.
I think it's actually illegal in most countries to listen to a Rammstein album if you have a real Christmas tree, because your Christmas tree will light on fire just from listening to the album. It doesn't matter. It will just light on
Rammstein, that is a band that I would love to get some of their stuff.
Yeah,
I'm actually a Rammstein fan.
But
if you're going to get started with Rammstein, you've got to get Mutter.
Yeah.
You got
that's one.
Links. What's the other one? It was on a film when you had Ichville, Links 1, 2, 3, 4 something. I can't remember now, top of my head. But yeah, those albums are going for megabucks now.
Yeah,
I was introduced to Rammstein with Sehnsucht. That's the one that I would do Hast on it and all that.
Du Hast.
I had
That's
that
the
on
one.
CD.
Yeah.
That's a band that my son has over me, that my son Chris has over me. He saw them a few years ago now, so they're on the list. The Killers are on the list. They're on the list. So
I've seen Rammstein. I think I've told Joe this story before. We had to sign disclaimers as we walked in because we were the first ones there. Remember? Because they got gas tanks on their back and they just fire into the crowd.
Oh, I know. I think your eyebrows just came back, didn't they? I think after that show.
It was,
yeah.
That was the first kind of metal, I put them down as metal, really, band that I had seen. So the week before, I watched Iron Maiden live in Cardiff, and then the week after I saw Blink, and the week after that, then I saw Rammstein. And I was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
I mean, I think they used to perform. If they still don't, they used to perform at Wacken. I would love to go to Wacken. But that's just crazy insane, some of those bands. That's just as death metal-y, black metal as you're going to find.
They put the keyboard player in a cauldron.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing I was going to say. I actually consider them to be a synth pop band.
Yes.
But the heaviest synth pop band in the world. But yeah, they put them in a cauldron, right? And then what's the dude's name? The main dude's name? I can't remember. Anyway, he gets like a flamethrower and he lights this cauldron underneath and warms it up, and yeah, it's good. I like the last comment. Bring up the last comment there that's on the screen. So nothing like a krautrock Christmas. So yeah.
Hey Mark, how's it going, mate?
What the hell is that guy? Shit, it doesn't matter that much. You look it up. Yeah,
I'm trying. Hang on.
He just kills me. The lead singer of Rammstein kills me. I mean, he dresses up sometimes in those like leather like overall things that you would probably see in like the Saw movie.
Yeah,
you know, just
it's Till Lindemann.
That's it.
Yeah.
He's got his own band that he's out with sometimes too, and there's a female guitar player that I think that he tours with, and they almost take the Rammstein concept and up it a notch. Not so much with the pyro, but with all of the, as you said, with the Saw stuff and things like that. I can't remember. I think it's just the Till Lindemann band is all it is.
Yeah, the band is called Lindemann.
Yeah. Yep. That's the one, exactly. So, yeah,
we learn something new every live stream, guys.
Yeah. He's on the list. They're on the list. Hopefully, I'd rather see them as a band versus just him. Him would be interesting, but I think I'd still like to see the whole band. So,
right, Joe.
Me. Oh yes, we're done with Christmas krautrock, right? I would like to talk about my box.
Whoa, hey, hang on a minute.
Hold up, wait a minute. Anyway, actually, not my box, but the box. This album is very cool. It is a very shiny, bright, metallic album. It is the best of the box. They're a band from Montreal, Canada. I just picked this up. It's great. I didn't have any of their stuff. Here's a fantastic, whoa, slow down, Joe. Fantastic gatefold. But yeah, it's very shiny, very metallic, and it is the best of the box. It is, I just got this. It's not even in sleeves yet, but they're a couple of different kind of colored vinyl as well. But Closer Together is probably the biggest song that they had. I'm sure they probably had a little bit more out of Quebec, but what else is on here? Closer Together, My Dreams of You, Inside My Heart. There is another one. Where is the other one? Walk Away, Ordinary People. That was a bit of a big hit for them as well. Carry On, Carry On, Carry On. That does
Great
nothing
song
for anybody. But yeah, it's a good song. Yeah, I know, and I just did a very injustice to it. But great album because again, I like them. I think there's an album where it's blue and yellow, and that's a good one to have. But this is a compilation, and for me, this will work 100%. Plus, it's a very, very nice. Again, I keep talking about packaging, but it is very nice. It's very nicely.
Here's the deal about that band. It is absolutely shocking that they even came up with a greatest hits album.
Yeah,
because outside of Canada, nobody's gonna know those guys.
And really, again, I think probably in Quebec, there were other songs, like they would have got a lot more notoriety locally in Quebec.
Isn't there a French song that they did, like L'Affaire du Montier or something like that?
I think I'm pretty sure that's on here somewhere. Yeah, exactly. Say to Me. Yes, in the English and the French version, you get them both back to back. So yeah, really good, Daryl. I mean, this is one I think that if you like these guys, if you can see this, and I actually bought it at a record store because they had it. It was a Record Store Day Canada from a couple of years ago. They had it at 75% off. I have no idea why. I paid $20 for this, tax in. So, and it's a really, really good album. And again, it's very nicely done. Fantastic imagery and everything else, which is part of it. So yeah, good stuff. The box.
The box.
Right. Okay. We got about 15 minutes left, so let's do a quick fire round, shall we?
Sure. I haven't showed any naked ladies yet today. Did you listen to that Pretty Reckless? I sent you that video, right? The new one, I Am Death.
I am.
Yeah.
I remember I actually bought the Pretty Reckless's first album.
Yeah.
And Liz made me send it back because the inside she was just naked.
Yeah.
And she was like, can you imagine if the kids picked this up? I was like, well, educational purposes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Let's explain. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah. She has her shirt on less than Iggy Pop has his shirt on. And anyway. But
so here's my fast track. First one I'm going to go with is the Stone Roses, the best of. This inspired Oasis. Brilliant best of to get. So you got all the hits on this one. Next one, I'm going to go with White Stripes. Greatest hits. I prefer the White Stripes to him on his own, if I'm going to be honest. I just don't get it with Jack on his own, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
But this is an amazing comp to get. Joe's going to love my next one. And for my final one, it's Blink-182 Greatest Hits.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So there they are. So, yep, there you go. That was my selection for this evening. We'll head over to Daryl now. What have we got, mate?
I think I got like 6 of them here. So there we go. We got a bubblegum compilation, bubblegum music. So Ohio Express and what's the other one that's on here? 1910 Fruit Gum Company. So Simon Says, Yummy, 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 all that stuff. Just on a comp. Used to listen to that when I was a kid. My dad had all kinds of stuff like that.
I'd listen to that.
That's still a good one.
Yeah, I like that.
I think this is more like new wavy music. I've listened to this a couple times. I got this for like $1 at a thrift store. Gary Myrick and the Figures, Living in a Movie. I know there's a single on it. I just can't remember what it is, but it's not bad. But definitely a new wave 1980s album. see here. The Irish Rovers. No More Bread and Butter. I think they're from all over the place, but big time popular in Canada. This is the No More Bread and Butter album. I actually used this in class one time in a foods class to talk about nutrition and some of the things on this, like the album cover, that are not nutritious. Plus, you don't want to become like that guy that's on the album cover there. So stay healthy. But that's a good album.
It sounds like a pub in Britain somewhere.
The Irish Rovers,
The
yeah.
Rovers.
For sure. We were talking about Pink Floyd earlier. The Division Bell. This is my favorite Pink Floyd album by a mile. I know I'm on the outskirts with this one, but Take It Back is a really good song, and there's a few other ones that are on here. The Division Bell itself. I think it's a really good album. I don't know why it gets shit on all the time, but I actually do like it.
I like it.
John Lennon, The Collection, Greatest Hits. So I don't think I need to talk about John too much, but I mean, this has everything you need.
Yeah, I've got that one.
Give Peace a Chance, Instant Karma. It's all on there.
Yeah, I've got that one. I've got that
What's
one.
that?
I've got that one.
You got that one? And then last but not least, we're going to end it off with Chet Atkins.
Fucking hell.
It's good guitar.
Chet Atkins, the first Nashville Guitar Quartet. There we go. Country music. That's how we're going to end that off. There we go. So I'd like to he's not here, but give props out to my son for picking 12 albums. Yeah. There we go.
That's amazing. No, that's amazing, mate. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Wasn't expecting that one, I gotta be honest. Joe, over to you, mate.
I have yet to hear Mariah Carey's Christmas so far, and I haven't heard
don't.
No, I'm not gonna say anything beyond I haven't heard it yet, thankfully, but I also haven't heard I haven't heard Happy Christmas yet either, which is a shame because that is a very good Christmas song. So I think it goes Bob and Doug McKenzie, the 12 Days of Christmas, the Pogues, and then Happy Christmas. I think that's my top three. That might change a little bit. So the Fairy Tale of New York is a great song. Anyway, you made us pull 15 because you thought we were going to be here. So I'll do a quick one. Again, all stuff that I've bought in the last little while. I don't have to say much about this guy, but this is one that I didn't have, and now I do. And I love this album. This is fantastic. I'm not sure why I didn't have it, but now I do. So that's good. I showed this one either on this stream or on Wednesday night, but Dolly Parton, and this is an original of Jolene and I Will Always Love You on here. Those two songs she wrote on the same day. If you can imagine, that's a pretty good day. This is a band that gets a lot of love, no pun intended. And I picked up this. They had a box set that I wanted to and may still try and find. They had a box set out on Black Friday, Record Store Day, Black Friday, whatever. But love, really good stuff. I like that. That kind of 70s. I don't know the best way to describe them. I'm not going to try. How about that? There you go. Shut up, Joe, and keep showing records. Okay. Highwayman. I finally found this, Daryl. I don't know if I showed this or not, but yeah, I finally found this. So four of the great outlaws. Yeah, four of the great outlaws, Waylon and Willie and Chris Christopherson and Johnny Cash. And it's a fantastic, fantastic album. Of course, Chris wrote The Highwayman, the song The Highwayman, then they all do it. It's really, really good.
Did you show that, Joe, on your 12 things that should be in the record shop this week?
I think so. I can't remember. I know I've shown it recently, but yeah, I only found it recently as well, which is kind of cool. The Super Suckers. I'm not sure if anybody is familiar with the Super Suckers or not, but it's good. It is liquor, women, drugs, and killing. And it's kind of this orange swirly vinyl.
Of course it is.
It is similar to the Cult Electric as a band that a lot of people know. The Four Horsemen, the Nashville Pussy. It's a lot along the lines of that. They get a little, I know. They get a little country as well, not so much on here, but give this a listen if you can find a place to stream it, or just give the Super Suckers a place, a little bit of time. And I think if you like some, you will like all of it. But this is a very good album, and this is the most recent. Eddie Spaghetti, their lead singer, had brain cancer a couple years ago, and is back, thankfully. Another band I love that I didn't have this one, Social Distortion. It's so brand new. It's not even open yet. And yes, if Rob was here, it's not open only because I just brought it home yesterday. So I just haven't opened it yet and put it in its sleeves. But some great California punk, McNess and Company. I picked up the brand new Cheap Trick, which is supposed to be okay. I'm always a Cheap Trick fan. I haven't listened to it yet, but Emma recommended it. So I trust her, so I'm going to pick it up. And she is the Cheap Trick fan. And I don't know if all of these albums, they are all albums by Cheap Trick. So that's all albums by Cheap Trick in the back there in the basket, so, or in the milk crate. Some good stuff. And the last two, well, I don't know how much of this one I can show, so I'll just cover it up a little bit. But a band that I've talked about, and I finally went around and actually picked some up, is the Beaches out of Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Good female power pop, rock, alternative, good stuff. I really, really like them. Saw them open for the Glorious Sons a few years ago. They're doing good things. They're getting out there. They're building a name for themselves. They opened up for the Stones a couple of times on the most recent Stones tour. They did that. They've done some other interesting stuff, but good stuff. And so this is a little bit older, and this No Hard Feelings, which has a breast on the cover. Forbid you would show a breast, but anyway, is the brand new, I believe, or new-ish. Anyway, No Hard Feelings. So good stuff. Check them out. The Beaches out of Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. All new stuff in the last while. And like I said, these are only in the shrink, Rob, if you're watching and giving me grief, because they came home yesterday. I just haven't taken them out yet. So.
Cool. Well done, Joe. Well, that's it, guys. That's the stream for Sunday. Thank you for dropping everything and jumping on the stream. Really appreciate it.
Always.
We'll go through the panel real quick. We'll go around the horn, see what's going on. I know Daryl's just done a thread this week. Anything coming up on
just a contest entry for Craig at the Spirit of Vinyl. Check it out. If you're not subbed to him, give him a sub, click on him. Other than that, I'm probably going to do a video, just some Christmas albums that I have that I like to listen to since it's that time of the year. And I don't know, getting ready for, I mean, we all know that in the new year, it's going to be Vinyl Tag 2026. So get ready for that. I know David Atkinson, I think, said he was going to do that this year. So, looking forward to that. And I'm probably going to run, I've been mentioning this on our Wednesday night show, that I'll probably do the Canadiana vinyl tag, but I don't think it's going to be Canadiana in a way that people are expecting. I've got maybe a different twist on it. I don't just want it to be like, hey, show a Canadian band from Alberta. You know, that gets kind of boring after a while. And everybody else around the world, they're like, wait a minute, I don't have anybody from Alberta. You know, that kind of thing. So I want to try to make it in a way that...
you'd be surprised there, Daryl.
I want to try to put it in a way that others can participate just by doing something fun. I might poke an entire video at Canadian stereotypes. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Just because it's funny.
If nothing else, I get to show off my Canadian box.
Talking about boxes, Joe, what have we got going on?
What have we got going on? So store's busy, store's good. Buy one, get one half off. Again, doesn't matter to anybody watching this, but that's what's going on there. Plus Took, this band Took that I talk about a lot, kind of a Canadian super group. They put out a hot sauce, and we at the store are going to be the official distributor supplier of the Took hot sauce in Regina. So that's coming in the next little while. Again, matters to nobody in any way, shape, or form, other than, you know, people living in Regina. But what else? Yeah, you know, looking forward to Wednesday night. If we can get Rob to understand the concept, I think we've got some fun coming up on Wednesday night. So I don't think he just wasn't listening to us, Daryl. I'm not sure. I think it's pretty straightforward, but I don't think he was listening really. So,
you know, it's funny that you mentioned that, because I think what it's going to be, you're that golden avatar that you showed earlier.
Yeah.
I was thinking of pulling it out for the golden, whatever it is, on one of those days there.
Exactly. No, they'll be it'll be fun. So tune in on our Wednesday night to Rob's channel, Northern Revolutions, at 8 p.m. Central in Canada. I think it'll be fun. A little festive anyway. It's going to probably be a little festive. We're getting a little closer to Christmas, so we're going to get a little festive.
If nobody's, I'll put a link below for Daryl and Joe's channel, and I'll also put a link for Rob, so you can go and check them out on Wednesday. Check out what the guys are banging on about at this point. You're going, I have no idea what they're talking about. But if you tune in on Wednesday, it'll make more sense probably.
Well, yeah, I don't know if it'll make much more sense, but anyway, we're going to try. So I think it'll be fun. Like I said, we just got to get Rob to understand the concept. So
for myself, I got nothing planned. Next Sunday, though, I'm gonna have a chance on the live stream, Concert Buddy. So that should be a lot of fun. So tune in for that one. I haven't got a theme yet, but I'm sure I'll speak to Joe about it and we'll come up with something at some point. But yeah, that'd be cool. I'd like to thank my guests this evening. Been absolutely amazing as usual. I'd like to thank Joe and Daryl for stepping in, even though Daryl's really ill. If you want to send him any cash, he will not be offended by money at all. But everybody who's left messages in the chat tonight, really appreciate it. Everybody's watching this later. Thank you so much. I do really appreciate it. And from myself and everybody on the panel tonight, thanks for watching. And we will see you next week, where Chance will be on Concert Buddy. So thanks everybody for watching, and good night.
Good night.